How's it going, everyone? This is Alec, and welcome to Morrowind. Today I'm going to test a new modlist, and I thought maybe it's a good chance to actually record and have a chat with you guys. So first things first, let's make a character and let's get out of here.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
Sure, let's get out of here. So, alright, where should we start?
Head down to the dock and I'll show you
There's the Tamriel rebuild, or the mainland. And I'm using 10 cells of distant land generation. However, this time I put a high detail, so there should be more details actually in the distance. And I think I can see that. I can see a clear difference actually. There are more trees and rocks in the distance. But first things first, let's make a character. The iconic character. Yeah, for some reason I'm using this guy's face as my profile picture. Believe me, it wasn't planned at all. I just didn't know what else to do, so...
A little hotter than Skyrim out here, eh, Nord? Follow me up to the office and we'll finish your release.
We got some additional dialogues, as you guys can hear. That's fun. That's always fun.
The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
That would be the lady. Or some personality.
They say those born under the sign of the lady are kind and tolerant, so I'm sure you'll get along well enough with the natives.
Yeah, I'm
now,
sure.
Before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Alright, we got our duties, and now we are a free citizen of Tamriel, I guess. Okay, let's start. So, first of all, sorry for the long break. I had some time off for various reasons.
Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm back and I have a new PC actually. So this is why I'm kind of reinstalling all the games. And the first one was of course Morrowind. Game
Yes?
looks very...
What do you want? If you're looking to get out of Seyda, I'll be happy to give you a little advice.
As you guys can see, it really looks the same. So, as for the textures, I guess let's start from the textures and graphics. I'm using Morrowind enhanced textures again. There's the newest update, so of course I use the newest one. And there are two packs. There's Morrowind enhanced textures and there's intelligent textures. They kind of do the same. I'm using Morrowind enhanced one, so MET. And that's pretty much all for textures. And then obviously there's a graphic extender. So I'm still on a script extender. Actually, if I go to the mod configuration here, you guys can see a list of some of the mods. These are not all the mods, obviously. So animation blending. It makes all animations somewhat smoother. So let's see. Supposedly, yeah. It does look a little bit smoother, so... And it should also affect, like, weapons and everything. Yeah, let's go back to configuration. So animation blending makes all movements, I guess, a little bit smoother. Aura is the major audio overhaul or sound overhaul. So we have outdoor ambience, interior ambience, taverns, and all that stuff. And again, everything is, like, optionable. You can, like, choose whatever you want here. I never kind of mess with these options, to be honest. Character sound overhaul is the one I always use paired with aura. So aura is kind of like overhauling the sound of the world, and the character sound overhauls the player sound. So the combat, the movement, and everything, which is very immersive. The cinematic camera mode is one I found. I'm gonna probably be using this mostly for making videos. Clear sight. I think this is the one to like disable HUD, right? Immersive HUD overhaul. That's the one I found, I don't know. Glow in the dark is the one I really love to use. It makes windows glow in the dark. Heat haze is actually a shader I found by accident. And so if I approach like a big pool of lava or something like that, any kind of like a heat source, I was supposed to see this heat haze. It's like immersive thing. Magicka expanded adds all bunch of spells, and the best thing is that there are different packs, so you can choose, you can select what you want. I'm using the lore friendly, I think it's called pack. And then there is a Tamriel rebuild pack. And I think I'm also using the summoning pack. This is the graphic extender. Let's open. I usually hide my crosshair. I like to play without it. And here's the list of shaders I'm using. Yeah, these are all the shaders except the fog box, which I think came with a graphic extender or something. I'm not sure. I believe some of these shaders actually they don't come with a graphic extender. Color mode, I think it came from, there's a step compilation shaders on Nexus. Just search step shader compilation, you're gonna find on Nexus. If you want to use some additional shaders. But they are like kind of few years old. And I think graphic extender has a newer version, so maybe there's actually no need to use those step shaders anymore. I just have a habit. And this is Morrowind music system. However, I'm mostly playing without music now these days, so Morrowind script extender, obviously. Without this, none of these mods can actually work, or most of them. This is Tamriel data. There are two big like assets or like data packs. It's Tamriel data and OAAB. A big number of mods use these two packs, so they are required. Vapor Mist, it's a famous mod, right? It adds mist all around Morrowind. Actually, I was considering maybe not using it this time, because I do have one single issue with it, really. We don't see it right now, but maybe later. So the fog looks really great, but sometimes it doesn't really blend in like seamlessly with the rocks. So there's like a sharp line. It doesn't look very immersive, to be honest. I think just because it's a dated game. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go walk around the game. Let's fill the map. Alright, so these are all the like locations in the game. Well, not all the locations, but those that are indexed on the map. Alright, so let's see, where should we go first? Let's go to Balmora. And then we're gonna talk about the beautiful cities of Morrowind.
You have my attention.
Yeah, as for the faces, actually let me just mention that I really don't like most of the face packs in general for any kind of Elder Scrolls. I think like hair and pack and face mods are one of the worst in the franchise, really, for any game. Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. Like for some reason they never like they just change too much. Instead of using face mods, I'm actually just using vanilla faces, but they are kind of like overhauled. So this is Familiar Faces by, I think, Caleb, it's pronounced. So basically all it does, it uses vanilla faces, but makes them a little bit more sharper and everything. So
speak your needs.
To me, really, this is like
This town is
best
Balmora,
option.
council seat of House Lalu. We're loyal citizens of the Empire, and proud of it. Well, most of us anyway.
Yeah, I forgot, to be honest, I forgot the name of this mod. It's something like voiced dialogues or voiced quests, dialogues, something like that. So yeah, I'm using obviously Beautiful Cities of Morrowind, which is my favorite major settlement overhaul. It overhauls most of the settlements in vanilla game. Not all, for a reason, we'll talk about that later. But as for Balmora, I'm using the basic core version, so nothing optional, nothing added. This is like the most basic overhaul. The good thing with this mod is that it's regularly updated, so it's like always up to date with the newest version of Tamriel data and all that. So there's a new trader here actually, for example. So it's very lore friendly, it's very immersive.
Welcome, comrade.
So for example, Balmora can be changed. There are several versions of Balmora. There are even like canal works and sewers underneath, but I'm not using any of that. Once you try this mod or any kind of like a good overhaul mod, it's very difficult to go back to vanilla settlements. They look too small and empty. And the reason I'm using this mod is because I already spoken about this before. It's because it's using Tamriel data, and it's literally complementing Tamriel rebuild. Let's see Nissus. Nissus is one of my favorite overhauls. It looks so great. I love the stand, for example. Yeah, another thing with the beautiful cities of Morrowind is that, for example, especially Nissus, its overhaul, the overhaul is based on the concept art, for example. So this dome, or however you call that, and this arc there with the hand, that's a wizard's tower there. This is all based on concept art, actually. So yeah, Nissus is one of my favorite overhauls. I just love this area. And a little tip, there's this merchant right here. He has some unique items. Let's buy some. This is a Dunmer Iron Cuirass. Looks great. And let's barter.
Yes?
Yes? Yeah, Egg Miner's Mask. Resist poison 10%. And there's a cloth neck wrap. A Dunmer Iron Cuirass. There's a common hood. Yeah, for example, I really love this Dunmer Iron Cuirass. This is the only place where I found it, so I don't know if it's unique or can it be found anywhere else. I really love this. Actually, let me take away the hood. Yeah, it's very simple. It's nothing like a game breaking. Oh, the shield is broken. All right. But anyways, this is Nissus. Now I want to go to cool. Oh yeah, and also I always change the animation, the walking and running animation. So
Give me a bandit raid or blighted monsters to slay. Anything.
So yeah, also the guards have a lot of new dialogues. Anywhere you go, you'll hear like new, idle talk.
I don't like outlanders creeping round after dark.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I think this is all AI based, but it does sound good actually. So yeah, simply walking will change the walking and running animation. And actually my character walks really fast. I think that's because I'm really light, right? So if I have more items on me, I will walk slower, I believe. But yeah, people usually complain how in Morrowind you move slow. But not really. I mean, I'm level 1, I just made my character. Look at this.
What is this regarding?
It's pretty realistic in my opinion. But now let's go to cool, because we're gonna go to Solstheim and I'm gonna show you guys the overhaul Solstheim. Alright. Oh, look at that mist. Yeah, I mean, the mist adds so much atmosphere. I mean, look at that. It's also 5 AM. We've been traveling all night long across Dagonfell. So cool is also overhauled. Let's see. We actually have 2 boats, right?
Care to see the sights?
She can take us to
Short trip, long trip, you
Narmok or
decide.
Dagonfell. Oh yeah, we're gonna go... let's go to Dagonfell first, actually.
My prices are the best.
Because... So, Dagonfell is one of the settlements not overhauled by beautiful cities of Morrowind. And the reason is because there's another mod that does the job very good. And this is also a little tip. So, this is how I did it. If you go to the beautiful cities of Morrowind Nexus page, and the description under, if you scroll down, there's a list of recommended mods to go along the beautiful cities. And you just follow it. I use a lot of mods from that list. Actually, I think it's called Alternative for Morrowind Rebirth. So basically, if you use all those mods, you're gonna overhaul the entire game. Or a lot, big portion of the game. So yeah, that's another tip. Another tip is actually going to Tamriel Rebuild page on their website, and they also have like a recommended list of mods. So if you go to the Beautiful Cities mod and a Tamriel Rebuild and find both of their like recommended mods lists, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can just add. That's like a little tip. This is Dagonfell, and I'm using Nordic Dagonfell. There's even like a more Nordic Dagonfell, but I'm just using Nordic Dagonfell. I haven't tried another one. Maybe it's even better, who knows. But yeah, this is like one I use for Dagonfell. I mean, Dagonfell is really out there. It's very remote, secluded. I don't want to like turn Dagonfell to something like Cosmopolitan City or something. It needs to stay low key. It needs to stay like poor and all that in the ruins. So I think this does a very good job. There's just like one Viking ship there, and I think it looks very, very cool. The thing with Dagonfell that it's basically a Nord village. It's a Nord colony, so it has to look more Nordic, right? Ah, great.
What's this all
So
about?
let's go inside. Fanar Forkbird, sorry for intruding like this, but I just want to show my fans the interiors. So I like this detail. This is like almost like you can see through. Of course we can't, right? It's illusion. But yeah, this is a very humble shack, I have to say. So yeah, this is Dagonfell. But there is another thing I want to show you guys. Let's go this way. And this is a mod I'm using for the first time, the one I'm going to show you. And it adds something in the middle of... Hey there, brother. It adds like a giant forest or something in the middle of Sheogorath. So if you look at the map, look at this, the Grove of Ben Abi. And it basically covers the entire central Sheogorath. So let's see what it is. If I remember, it was supposed to be like some mushroom forest. I don't even think I have a weapon. Oh god. Oh god. Luckily I use the god mode. Oh, there it is. Look at that, guys. Look at that. This is the Grove of Ben Abi. Wow. I mean, I always wanted like some kind of a forest in the vanilla game. And this is it, basically.
Bones will be my
What the hell is going on here, man? I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Yeah, welcome to Morrowind, guys. Welcome to Morrowind. I've been gangbanged here. So I think there's like a lore, there's like a history behind this grove. So yeah, let's read this. There are multiple like a what's this? Tears of Azura, Sermon 1. As the Chimera gathered around the campfire, young Ben Abi looked beyond the sickly mountains of the Ashlands into the heart of Red Mountain. So yeah, there's like some kind of like a history or lore behind this place. I'm not gonna read that now because let's save it for exploration, for a playthrough. But yeah, it looks great, really, really great. Again, this kind of landscape, the more dense landscape, reminds me of mainland Tamriel Rebuild. I really don't mind overhauling the vanilla game. I think it deserves like a nice, more modernized, lore-friendly overhaul. After all, it's a 20 plus years old game, so... Yep. Actually, before cool, let's go to Telora. I know I keep being sidetracked, but there's a reason. So Telora is, if I remember correctly, another separate overhaul. I think this is a part of OAAB Grazelands, or maybe they're separate. There is OAAB Grazelands and OAAB Telora. I already forgot, sorry about that, but yeah, the OAAB series is like a must for me right now. It overhauls the village of Voss, It overhauls Telora, and it also overhauls Voss, which is there in the distance. That really magnificent piece of architecture. It's like a blending of imperial Western architecture with a local native Telvanni. Go to the daytime. I want to show you guys the morning here. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. I mean, you know, Telvanni are the most eccentric culture in Morrowind, I guess, in all of Morrowind. Telvanni are supposed to be weird, eccentric, out there, more like a fantasy oriented. So you can go with them like crazy. So I think Telora does a really good job. So Telora is there. This is Voss, I believe. So originally, natively, Voss is really like a nothing special, nothing remarkable about it. Just like a farming village in the middle of grazelands. Which is nothing bad with that, right? It's immersive. But I really love the way it's overhauled. It just gives it a little bit more like a character, I think. So this whole region kind of like blends so well. And I just love this coast here. And how would you call this? What's this? I'm playing this game for 20 years. Yeah, this is Marshmallow. Marshmallow. I mean, look at this. And look at that. Look at that Tel Voss. Yeah, but let me show you guys also there's a mine behind with the legendary levitating guard. I wonder if he's gonna levitate for us again. So here's the mine. There's something really amazing about the grazelands if you think about it. I saw a mod, it's called Trackless Grazeland. Trackless, meaning there are no roads. It looks great, especially if you use grass mods. It basically turns Grazeland into this like really truly wild area. The guard walks all the way around. He has like a huge patrol area, so he's probably on the other side of the hill. But eventually, from time to time, he will levitate. Yeah, Grazelands are one of my favorite regions. It's especially if you take a look at the Red Mountain. I don't see it from here, it's there. But there are some areas when you like walk in the Grazelands and you can actually see Red Mountain up there. And you can just imagine like in the universe, like you're in this peaceful green, like savanna basically. I don't know how you call this biome. And just this giant volcano in the distance. I don't know, it looks very magical. I am not using any grass mod. I really wanted to, but I think there are too many issues with Tamriel rebuild. I can easily add grass mod for Dagonfell. I can even find some patches for the beautiful cities. But then I just think it's too complicated to really make it work for an entire game. And if you have a grass on the Dagonfell, you want to have a grass on the mainland as well. And there he goes. That's awesome. He's gonna come back very soon. I mean, if NPCs can do this, just imagine the implication. Like if you can make like a combat between NPCs in air. Perfect landing, 10-10. Alright guys, let's move on. Yeah, this is Voss. It's like one of the wonders of Dagonfell. The landmark. So I'm using the Tumbo, the Snow Prince, which is I think a famous mod.
Khajiit will make special.
You You want something, friend?
Yes. I want a weapon. Okay. Oh my god, look at that. Yeah, this looks more like it. Oh my god, look at
All
that.
I ask for is a pair of boots.
These are
How
really
hard could
nice
it
textures.
be?
I mean, for Morrowind, these are really nice textures. And actually, let me tell you guys something. I've talked earlier about the Tamriel data and OAAB data, like two major biggest data assets, right, for Morrowind. There are actually upscaled versions, even more upscaled. For example, just Tamriel data upscaled is over 20 gigabytes. So if you guys want to use it, it's available, it's on the Nexus. I downloaded, I haven't installed yet, because my fear was that those textures, because I don't know the resolution, and I thought that maybe they will look too sharp compared to the, let's say, Morrowind enhanced textures. So I don't know, I'll see. I'll try to install them, see how they look like, and if it kind of like complements each other together like very well, if it looks good together, if it looks good combined with the Morrowind enhanced textures, I may keep it. I mean, now I have a new PC. I mean, I should be able to handle higher graphics. Although with Morrowind, I mean, it's kind of tricky because it's old game. But yeah, Tomb of the Snow Prince overhauls the geography or the landscape of Solstheim.
Double the shift, double the pay.
And I heard about this mod. I think this is like one of the older mods. It's an epic mod. I never used it for some reason. I think it's recommended on the list by the Beautiful Cities of Morrowind. So I decided to finally give it a try. And I really don't regret. I mean, it looks amazing. And also, since the Tomb of the Snow Prince only overhauls the landscape, it doesn't overhaul the interiors. So there is another mod. It is also recommended. Like I said, if you go to the Beautiful Cities of Morrowind description page, there's a list of recommended mods. So I think it have it listed. There's a mod that overhauls Solstheim's interiors. So I mean, look at that. This looks very much like Skyrim Home of the Nords, which is, in terms when it comes to Morrowind, one of the best looking areas in general. Skyrim Home of the Nords, I made a video on it. It looks amazing. So Solstheim used to be more empty and everything, I think. Now it's very dense. I mean, you can't even recognize it anymore. It has all these new plants and trees. I think there's an option to have trees more like Skyrim. I used that one, so I think this is like a Skyrim like trees. There are birds. This looks great. Let's go to Skal. So after Skal village, we can go to Tamriel Rebuild, to mainland. But I just want to take a look. I really want to take a look at Skal village. Yeah, it looks very different. I don't remember anything like that. Although I haven't played DLCs in a long time, in many years. Both Blood Moon and the Tribunal, so which is a reason more why I really want to go back to play the vanilla game. So I think to approach Skal village, we have to go up here. So it's more secluded, it's more defensive. There are these guard towers everywhere. Looks very nice. Here's some shadows. I mean, this is not even like the best looking Morrowind. I found some Morrowinds like out there on YouTube. They look incredible, crazy shaders and textures and everything. I mean, this is like I would consider this modlist like a mid, really like a mid-level. But yeah, this is, wow, this is the Skal village. So let's go inside. Snedbrir, the smith. So as you guys can see, the interiors are totally overhauled. And they're more Nordic. So now we're gonna have these Nords that actually live like Nords. Nordic silver claymore. And all kinds of new items, new clutter, obviously, new books. Seen any elves? Snedbrir. Oh, he's a smith. Oh, I'm not a skull, so he doesn't want to trade.
Smith do for you?
Alright. But yeah. So all vanilla, just sharpened
What's
textures.
this all about?
Just checking your armor, bro. Alright. Let's go to mainland. And where else than Old Ebonheart? Now we got some rain, which is fine. So the last video I was making, I was very close to finishing it, was about the Tamriel rebuild roadmap. It was like about 45 minutes long, and I had about 10 minutes left, and my laptop just kept crashing,
The Nine and the Empire.
and I couldn't save it. So that was the tipping point. This is when I decided, okay, I need to get a PC and get on with it, get some better equipment. I'm working on new Morrowind videos, specifically for Tamriel rebuild right now. So I hope to finish them in a few days. But in the meantime, I really want to check out this mod list. I'm using this current mod list for the videos. I think it looks good enough. Tamriel rebuild, I mean, obviously, I never played without it. And it comes with optional HD textures, which are a must. But then, like I said, there is a Tamriel data upscale version, much more upscaled for those who want to try it. So I don't know. We are in Old Ebonheart. I mean, even installing Tamriel rebuild is much simpler right now. So in the past, to install Tamriel rebuild, we had to register BSAs, and this was confusing to many players, right? So now to install Tamriel rebuild is much more simpler. It's very actually, I mean, installing Tamriel rebuild is one of the easiest things. You just drag and drop everything, really. And I literally have zero
something you like.
Zero issues with the PR. But yeah, let's try to get some weapon. So let's buy some weapon here. Oh, these are the exotic
the Nine
weapons.
and the Empire, citizen.
So this is some more expensive stuff.
Have a look around. I'm sure you'll like what you see.
So this is Firewatch. I mean, there are a few other mods that I probably haven't talked about. I mean, this mod list can also be used as a foundation. So you can add other mods on top of it. So because it's mostly focused on graphics, just modernizing vanilla graphics. I call it Vanilla Plus or Vanilla Enhanced. Some people have issue with that because they think if you use mods, you cannot consider it vanilla anymore. But I think this can be considered Vanilla Plus because it does look like vanilla. It keeps the aesthetics, right? The colors, textures, meshes, and everything. So it doesn't really matter, anyways. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wait for some of these big maps to come later this year before I start the series playthrough. Because I don't want to keep restarting the playthroughs on my other channel. In the meantime, I can play other games. I'm also working on a mod list for Skyrim. Actually, I'm doing a Wabbajack download. And I also want to do Starfield playthrough. So... And besides that, of course, my main focus will be making analysis videos. So I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. Morrowind, a little bit of Skyrim, and I may even do some like Starfield videos. The way I'm gonna do Starfield videos, I wanna make him like interesting even for people who don't play the game. So I'm gonna cover like small things, interesting stuff that people can find interesting even if they never played the game. So yeah. That's about it. But it's good to be back. I needed some time off to rest and to get this new equipment set up and ready. So I'm almost there. I'm almost ready to start production. I'm probably gonna add a few more mods here. Once I'm done with everything, I'm gonna share the whole full mod list. Thank you guys for the patience, for staying here and support. I promise I'm gonna be back with more videos very soon. There's lots of lore videos that I plan to do. I really want to do, like I said, a little bit of Starfield. I played around a little bit and actually I like the game. Speaking of Starfield, I may do like an analysis of Starfield. I think it's a very controversial game. There's many people who actually really don't like it or like outright hate the game. There's a lot I could say about Starfield, to be honest. So I may do like a deep dive analysis of the game overall, but I mostly want to do like interesting small details of Starfield. So, but again, my main focus will be Morrowind with all these big mods and Skyrim. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you very soon.